Capital calls could be the death of your syndication business. What is a capital call and how do you avoid them? So a capital call is when a sponsor reaches out to their investors to collect capital for an existing investment. When capital is collected for a previous investment, that means something either went wrong with the business plan or with the market. An example of that could be that economic vacancy rises and the ownership is not able to cover the debt service payments. Another example could be that the sponsor is in a short-term maturity loan and is highly levered and not significantly able to boost NOI, and they have a loan maturity that's coming up shortly. If a sponsor's investors are well capitalized, they're more likely to collect that capital if there's a path to profitability. However, in most syndications, many of the investors are putting their life savings into the deals when you're raising from retail investors, $50,000 to $100,000. So a capital call is not easy when you don't have it. This can lead to an unfunded capital call, which will lead to permanent loss of capital. So how can you avoid capital calls? Number one, reserves. Make sure you have enough to cover any expenses and debt service for a few months. You also want to probably budget CapEx reserves, which is roughly $250 to $300 per unit, maybe depending on the vintage of the property. Number two, be well capitalized. It's important for the sponsorship team to have enough liquidity. If they need to make a loan to the property to float the property, they can do so. Number three, choose markets wisely. Choose a market like Dallas-Fort Worth with very strong supply and demand fundamentals. Number four, underwrite conservatively. That pro forma should be conservative, and that's rents, that's occupancy, that's exit cap rate, that's all of the assumptions that go into your model. So that's just 4 tips for avoiding capital calls, but I want to hear what other tips you might have. Leave your comments in the comment section below.